something you don't see every day.
Hey Ghost Heads, it's Heidi from Channeling Spirits. This video is the first in a series which plans to pinpoint the locations from the Ghostbusters franchise that have not been evidently established. Today, we want to specifically focus on the paths of the Sumerian god Gozer, or as it was conjured in our dimension.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
We will be exploring its entry into our world, both in 1984 and again in 1991. For more on the specifics of those timeframes, make sure to check out our videos, What Happened Before Ghostbusters, and What Happened Between Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters the Video Game. For this video, we are accepting real-world addresses as canon unless otherwise stated in the series. To begin, we are going to focus on Gozer's initial interdimensional cross-rip in 1984. Gozer was summoned into our world from atop 55 Central Park West, which featured significant renovations made by the architect Ivo Shandor. When it is at long last summoned, Gozer's destructor form is chosen.
I couldn't help it. It just popped in there.
What? What just popped in there?
In the film, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man mysteriously appears and travels through buildings, but where did he come from? In the August 5th, 1983 script, it is actually Winston who conjures up Stay Puft, and the script states, "A portion of the Hudson begins to boil."
The seas boiled and the skies fell.
Manhattanites are fleeing on anything that will float. They watch as the gigantic being continues to rise, revealing its head and arms.
What is it? It can't be. What did you do, Ray?
Oh,
The huge being sloshes ponderously toward the West Bank, waist deep in the river. Then it climbs out of the water and stands up on the riverbank, its great bulk rising 300 feet in the air.
I tried to think of the most harmless thing. Something I loved from my childhood. Something that could never, ever possibly destroy us. Mr. Stay Puft.
In Making Ghostbusters, edited by Don Shea, it contains a map showing Gozer's path came from the west as well. The film also shows Gozer heading north on Broadway after turning on what appears to be West 56th Street. Considering in Ghostbusters the video game that Shandor Island emerged in the Hudson River, perhaps that was his origin point, making Gozer's 1984 path look like this. Going through Columbus Circle, eventually demolishing a church,
Nobody steps on a church in my town!
and arriving at 55 Central Park West, aka Spook Central, before ultimately facing his destruction, or so they believed. In 1991, Gozer is once again summoned and rampages the west side near Midtown.
Wait, I know that thud.
We know from Ghostbusters the video game that Stay Puft walks right by the Sedgwick Hotel. But where exactly is that located? We'll explore that in another video. When the boys arrive at ground level, Stay Puft faces the Chrysler Building, meaning if it arose again from the Hudson, it is facing east. The same neon parking sign and crosshatched building are seen as the boys follow Stay Puft. Given Gozer is traveling towards Times Square and never passes the Chrysler Building, we know it's definitely traveling east. Its destruction causes the Ghostbusters to make detours, but still find him scouring buildings in Times Square. So what building is Gozer looking for? Given the classic Coke display, we can assume that this is 2 Times Square, meaning this street is likely 47th Street, making Gamble Architects firm located between 46th and 47th Street. Assuming Gozer once again arose from the same origin point in the Hudson, his 1991 path would look like this. After initially knocking Stay Puft off the building, Ray declares,
"Ah, free s'mores for everybody from 54th Street to 5th Avenue."
perhaps indicating how far he believed Gozer's gooey remains flew. Eventually, Ray, Peter, and the rookie do vanquish the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man once more, but nothing mentions where that victory occurs. So do you agree with our paths? Let us know your thoughts. We'd love to know some more.
Get it? I'm funny too, you know.
As always, if you liked this video and think we deserve it,
You've earned it.
please subscribe. Feel free to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm Heidi from Channeling Spirits, and thanks for watching.
I'd like to thank all the little people who made this possible.